What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Tom and Will FPL show.
Welcome back. How are you, Thomas?
I'm good, mate. How are you? How's things?
Mate, I was supposed to go home from Lyme Regis last week. Didn't. Just stayed.
Didn't want
to. Now my brother's coming today with the medium-sized child named that we know as Spike, and the little one, well, not so little anymore, Isabella, and they're going to be on top form. The sun is out, half term. We're going to go to the beach.
Mate, I'm sure I speak for all of our watchers and listeners. We're like, this guy's down at Lyme again. I mean, you could be saving yourself a lot of money, just move down there. Do you know what I mean?
Well, funny you say that. that might be happening. I'm selling everything in London. So yeah, maybe for a short amount of time / medium amount of time, I might stay down there. It's so nice. Like, it's just, I mean, look. If I could show you, maybe one day I'll give you the guided tour.
Yeah, mate. I mean, after the weekend we just had, it was glorious, mate. Mate, I broke the Barbie out yesterday, first time this year.
Did you? Bit of chicken, bit of sausage, bit of burger. What are we talking?
Yeah, all of that. All of that. At the end.
At the end.
It's quite late, actually. Broke it out quite late. Us, my family, we'll barbecue. Come rain, sleet or shine, man. We're doing it. So I was a little bit late. Yeah, it was good. It was nice.
Love it. Love a bit of barbecue.
Glorious weather.
What are we doing today, Thomas?
Oh yeah, that's a good question, Will. I'm glad you asked. So this bloke, Will, he only went and played his Wildcard last week. Didn't even tell anyone. So we'll ask him about that, shall we? We'll see what he got up to and how he got on. Tough day for Liverpool yesterday. Not that it matters. We're still 11 points clear or whatever it is. But more worrying is another dodgy performance for Mo Salah. Do we get rid of him? We'll talk about it. I mean, without any spoilers, probably not going to get rid of him. But it's worth discussing because he's lackluster. He's not looking great, and he's cost a lot of money, and it just doesn't seem worth it at the moment. But we'll talk about that, and then we're going to talk assistant managers. Many of you are on the assistant manager ship, having played it last week. It was a big week for assistant managers, actually. There's some big old scores, some big table bonuses. So we'll look at your options going into this week. And then, as we always do, we will be finishing on Footballer 20 questions. This week, it is my turn to guess the mystery footballer. If you're watching on YouTube, smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, guys, so that you're not missing all this glorious content that we occasionally chuck out when we're not busy. And remember to do so. And if you're listening on the podcast, drop us a 5-star rating. Thank you very much. So, come on then, Will.
Let's talk about it. What should we start with?
I want to know, what the hell? Right? I don't know if you noticed, mate. We kind of do this FPL podcast where it's good to talk about wildcards and stuff like that, rather than just smashing it on a cheeky Friday night or whatever it is without telling anyone.
Mate, it was more like Saturday morning. Right, I had a busy day on the Friday.
Almost spat my Cheerios out, mate, when I saw it Saturday morning.
Bloody love Cheerios. I was like, right, I had been saying it during the last few weeks. You were like, when are you going to play the wild card? What are you thinking? I was like, I'll probably play it in 31 or potentially 32. Depends when I'm going to do the bench boost. I knew it was in the mix, but was I prepared? No, I was not. And I was like, and we had a busy day Friday. We were going to do a pod on Friday. I had some other stuff because we love the Friday shows. We're recording this on Monday, by the way, everyone. And we couldn't squeeze it in on Friday, unfortunately, which is a shame because that would have prepared me slightly more for my wild card. And on Saturday morning, I woke up and I was like, I've got to do it. I've got to do it. Because otherwise, it's not going to work. It's just not going to work. So I pressed the button, and I wasn't even prepared. I threw in a makeshift wild card, left my vice captain on Saka, which is potentially going to go awfully. Well, not that awfully, because Salah
be
didn't
fine.
return.
It's going to be fine
Isak
because
is-
you've captained Isak, right? And
That's
he's going to score a
correct,
hat trick tonight, so it's fine.
He is. That's what I believe. But yeah, it could have gone a lot worse if the stars didn't align and Isak didn't play and Saka was captain. But then again, Salah is just not doing it, which we will come back to. But yeah, I've thrown together a wildcard team. It's not done amazingly. It doesn't look great for 34.
Not yet. There's some...
But
That's the thing. I mean, we're going to come to it. We'll come to it in a little bit more detail.
Right. Okay.
But I mean, I was just like, this guy needs something for 34 to get him out of trouble. So that was where I kind of thought you were going to play it. But you had a whirlwind weekend. You slammed it down. That's what I love about you, mate. You're cavalier like that. That's the kind of things
rogue,
you do.
rogue and out of control, I think is actually the term.
Yeah. Oh, mate, speaking of wildcards, I haven't talked to you about this. Some of you may know that we recently joined Facebook. We set up our Tom and Will FPL page in Facebook. So I've been chatting to the Facebook community, which has been very entertaining. I mean, people say that X is kind of not a very nice environment. Yeah, toxic environment. Mate, Facebook is... Facebook sees that and they'll raise you, I've noticed, right? There's some very opinionated people on Facebook. I mean, God bless you.
I love it.
I played my wild card. I haven't told you about this yet. I played my wild card and I chucked it on Facebook. I was like, hey guys, this is my wild card draft. Let me know what you think, right? Some guy, this is what he came back with. You're going to love this, Will.
Okay.
He went, 32 is a pretty poor double for both teams, and we don't know what the others will be yet, although none of the possibilities involve a strong team facing two weak opponents, so nothing to get that excited about. Gordon will be better than Murphy. I chose Murphy. As soon as he's back from suspension this weekend, and Murphy will become a minute's risk. Livramento is probably the weakest pick from the Newcastle defence. Doubling up on Eze and Sarr is pretty pointless. Concert is a waste of space. I've got all these players that he's talking about, by the way. Concert is a waste of space. Rashford is a big risk. He might play flashily without actually contributing many or any FPL points, is my suspicion. As Villa don't have a great double. This is a long message, all one message. I mean, as Villa don't have a great double, likely, or great run in general, they might struggle to win more games than a couple of games. Vardiel is also a bit of a gamble, with City's form continuing to look a bit flaky and not the easiest running, and Ray is a waste of money. Sells and Kepa, maybe Sarr, and a few other better points for less money. It's tempting to set up for Palace and Newcastle double, because Palace and Southampton this week, and Newcastle and Leicester the next, but otherwise it would be way too early. And it's still non-ideal to blow the wild card before we even know the other doubles. When they're going to be, and surely everybody had two Newcastle and Palace players already, so adding one or two more shouldn't need a chip. So I just went.
I mean, before you go on, all solid points in my opinion.
Hey. So he said all of that. He's literally picked apart every pick in my wild card. I just went, oh, thanks very much, mate. But apart from that, it's good. And then he came back with another essay, which I'm not going to go in. Oh, it was brutal,
check
mate.
it out. I love it. I mean, who was that? Was that a family member, or was it one of your mates?
It's Spike. But it's just brutal. Facebook's brutal. It's darky.
Yeah, keyboard boys. But yeah, good points, mate. Good points, kind of. But now we know. I mean, luckily it turned out that the fixtures have been perfect as they predicted for you. So you do know your doubles. So actually, mate, it's all right.
Oh, mate, I think my wild card worked out swimmingly. And half of those players, by the way, they've done all right the last couple of weeks. I'm going to keep my eye on Facebook, though, because there's some gold in
mate.
there. There was this other guy.
Yeah,
Right? He just put out an innocent message going, will Isak play on Monday? Right? Just very innocent, right? Guys come back. They're like, text him, see what he says. Another guy, tell you what, I'll go and ask Eddie Howe myself. He's a pal. Right? Another guy just said, you thick. Another guy, computer says no. Just didn't get any decent answers from anyone.
Brutal.
It's just such an innocent question. Oh, I love it.
Oh, straight in. Hang on, I'll ask him.
Yeah.
Oh, get involved on Facebook, ladies and gentlemen. I love it.
Come join the discussion. Give me some wind-ups.
Brilliant. That's a good start.
Oh, mate, speaking of wind-ups, I watched the last episode of Last One Laughing last night.
Oh, I'm so glad that you've brought this up, Tom. So you said this last episode, last show, you said you got to check it out. And I'm a big fan of Taskmaster, as we said, and all those types of shows. And Mum and Dad love that, like easy watch. We whacked it on and we blitzed through the whole thing in one night.
Really?
Every episode.
So easy, isn't it?
Yeah. If people have not watched it, you've got to check it out. Like,
you have to check it out.
It's just easy. It's a good concept of like reality TV, which doesn't have to involve like, you know, an idiot kind of politician, blah blah blah, and it's just a load of comedians trying not to laugh. That's a good.
Just like, guys, Bob Mortimer's in it. Do you know what I mean?
Mortimer's
The end. That's all you need to know. I love that guy. He's so good. He's one of my all-time heroes, as I know he is for you as well.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I read something about it yesterday or a couple of days ago. Lou, there's a comedian in there called Lou, a woman.
Lou Sanders.
Lou Sanders. She's absolutely fantastic, and she's been around the block for a while. But she emailed the show, like the producers and Amazon or whatever, and was like, "Thank you so much. Like, I'm so glad it's gone so well." Like, she was like, overnight fame. Like, I was, she was mildly pretty famous, but became much more, because of the success of the show, became much more recognisable, and people stopping her in the street and that stuff, that kind of thing. And she was thanking them and congratulating them, and she was also saying, "Oh, can I also thank you so much for leaving some of my dignity intact and not putting in the bit where I farted on Rob Beckett's leg."
That's amazing.
So they cut that bit out. Which I thought was just absolutely brilliant. And then she just outed herself in this interview.
That's brilliant. How did Rob Beckett keep it together? I mean, it is incredible how some of them don't laugh. Like,
exactly.
Some of the stuff is just unreal.
Oh, brilliant telly. Absolutely loved it.
But it's got some great cameos. Danny Dyer in there. Yeah. It's so good. His warm-up exercise. He comes in and like does a little show. He's like doing like a Harry Potter improv. But he's like, right, just I'm not going to ruin anything. He's just like, right, first of all, we just need to do this little warm-up. So everyone with me. 3, 2, 1, slag.
And he goes, "That's a real warm-up. That's actually a real warm-up.
I do it all the time. That's my warm-up."
It's so good that I don't think my brothers watched it, and like Spike and Bubs, like Bella haven't watched it for sure. And we're gonna make them watch it. We're gonna go again. Mum, Dad, and I are gonna go from the top again because it's that good. It's a laugh a minute, or not for them.
Richard Ayoade is just he's an absolute powerhouse in this game.
Solid.
Him and Bob dueling, their little duel to make each other laugh. Like, they do a little head to head. That is incredible.
I like it. I like it when it all gets a little bit too surreal and too funny. Like, people just get up and walk away. You can see their little wobble, their little face wobble, and go, "Oh, I can't laugh. I'm just gonna like." You just see people walking away from Richard Ayoade all the time.
I know. But do you know what I love is that, like, they're obviously really talented comedians and they're just cracking jokes left, right and centre. Yeah. But it's the slapstick, like, physical comedy that gets them all. Like Joe Lycett, when he just, like, he had to get up onto stage and he just tripped over the stage and everyone's like... That's just the little stuff that gets them. It's so good.
It's the shock, because you expect them to say stuff. Like ridiculous, but that kind of slapstick, as you said, it just catches people out. Oh, lovely stuff. Can't wait to watch it again.
All right, so Wildcard then, mate. Tell me your team. Tell us all your team and how you're getting on. Obviously, we've still got one game to play.
Right, still got one game to play. So far, I have got 31 points, but I have
jam. You've got some absolute jam coming your way, mate.
I've got some well-planned bench jam by Savinho, my midfielder, who didn't play for Man City, is going to be subbed on for Mr. The powerhouse it is Eberici Eze. And
disgusting. Absolute joke.
Scored 9 points and played very, very well. Actually played really well, in my opinion. Really happy that got him in. squeezed him in. But so my team, to run through, and I've got Pope in goal for his double for Newcastle, and he's got Leicester away next week. Got Gvardiol, Muniz and Burn in defence. Gvardiol got 9 points with his clean sheet. Muniz got 8 points with a cheeky little goal, finally. Burn. And then, Savinho, Elanga, Saka, Mohamed Salah. And up front, I've got Marmoush, Mateta and Isak. And obviously Mateta did well. Everyone else just basically did nothing. But luckily, I've got Eze on the bench, as I said, coming on by the end of today. And then I've still got Isak, Burn and Pope all to play. So I reckon there's going to be a little green arrow still. I think. So
are you on a green arrow currently or not?
I am. It's a bit mixy. Overall, I am, certain leagues, I'm not. It's all over the place. But I think on the whole, after the little red arrow last week, I think it should be back up on top of everyone, including you. No, not on top of you. I was first. I was in our league. For a very short amount of time, I was top of the pops.
It was like, wasn't it like after Tuesday or something like that in the midweek? I was like, oh my God, he's doing it. It's happening.
I'm gonna push it. I'm gonna go full tilt on X and Blue Sky, and I'm just gonna go at him. And then I was like, actually, don't do it, because the likelihood is Tom's still gonna beat you.
For anyone listening who doesn't know the backstory to Will and mine's season, is we both had terrible starts. But Will had a particularly bad start. Will was down. He was like in the 6-7 millions at one point this season.
Fact.
And I've been generally kind of around the 1-2 million most of the season. It's been pretty poor. I'm just breaking into the top million now, making my final charge. But we basically just too many errors too early on. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Everton assets.
We'll do a roundup show at the end of the season.
There'll be a debrief. There'll be too many bad decisions. Too much listening to each other on this, basically. But anyway, we're pulling it back now. But Will's been so far behind me. It's been game over. But he is back, and it is a real race on now for the Tom and Will FPL trophy this season. It's not the mini league, separate. We're near it in the mini league.
No, absolutely not. In some of my other leagues, like I've got a family friends kind of a little league that we play called the Bundesliga and the Bundeslosers, sorry. And I am like, they are so angry because I was like bottom of the stack, right at the bottom. They're all pretty decent players. Managers, and all in the WhatsApp group yesterday, they were like, I'm not, but one of them was like, I'm absolutely furious about this stupid comeback from William. It's like they're just like not having it. They're like, yeah, he's cheating, and then one of them's being like, it's actually very entertaining.
Brilliant.
Because it's I think it's inevitable that I win that. I think that I've got that one wrapped up. So still nice. Third, but I think I've got them in my sights. I think even after today, I think I should be on top of them. So, but yes, it is interesting. It's heating up. But I must say, the games, as I've said last week, I'm not blown away by like the fixtures coming up and the performances of teams. Southampton have now been relegated. Leicester look like they're pretty much dead and buried. There's nothing really going on in the relegation battle.
Yeah.
Forest, I'll tell you, the most exciting thing is Champions League. I think that who's going to qualify for where in Europe, that's going to be the most exciting thing.
Yeah. This is what I was saying at the top of the show. Obviously, Liverpool are kind of just dragging themselves over the line. Ironically, we actually played the best. The second half yesterday was the best we played in like a good month or so.
True.
Played really well, and we're unlucky. Like we just lost 3 goals in 15 minutes, and the damage was done. We couldn't bring it back. Fulham are a decent side, but Mo's looking. He's really out of sorts. And we said last week, like, it probably weren't going to captain him, and we haven't. I'm not really... He's just not an option at the moment for captaincy. Like, not on this form. I'm sure he's going to chip in with some penalties here and there. But there's, like, who are the informed teams at the moment? Like you say, Villa are coming into form, but there's not loads to get excited about. And if you did get Mo out, great, you're freeing up money, but who are you going to spend it on?
Well, Haaland's out, and you wouldn't really want him anyway. And Saka is obviously a minute's risk at the moment, but he will be back. We know he'll be full 90, and they may be just cushioning him up a little bit for Real Madrid tomorrow. So, but who else?
Like,
Bruno.
maybe
Bruno's still playing. Bruno Fernandes is still playing fantastic football, but just in a team full of just wet pantses. So that's not a word.
But is now. But like also, I don't know. Maybe you could look at like getting Watkins or something in for Villa's double. But there's nothing like, oh yeah, I'd love to get him in. There's hardly any players that are blowing people out of the league at the moment.
That's what I'm saying. Like Mbuamo's cold. Like all of these players that you're just like, Foden's not doing it. City in general aren't doing it. There's just Jared Bowen. Yeah, great. Like Jared Bowen pops up now and again. It's still
Jared Bowen, by the way, he is definitely an option for the back end of the season.
For sure.
For sure, because they got some decent fixtures, West Ham. But yeah, I just think getting rid of Salah, there's a lot of people weren't mentioning it because of his form, but it's just not worth the risk, really, of getting rid of him. As you say, don't need to get rid of him to get anyone else in. So absolutely. I think he's just an easy hold, but it makes the good thing is it just makes it interesting for captaincy, doesn't it, I guess?
True. So tell me, Tom, how did you get on this week? I've not actually looked at your team.
I've done okay. I'm on 35 points with 3 Newcastle to go, including Isak captain. So right. I'm positive. A good Newcastle performance tonight. I'm already on a small green. I'm hoping that green gets a little bit bigger. As long as Isak plays, obviously we're still not 100% sure that Isak's actually going to play tonight. But all the noises from the press conference at the end of last week with Eddie Howe were very positive about Isak. So I think he will play. And I think he's going to score a hat-trick because Leicester are terrible.
And he loves dominating those lower league, the lower positioned teams. Like he bullies them, in fairness. But so fingers crossed, it would be nice to see him get a little bit of returns and a clean sheet for Byrne and Pope for me, and then we will be closing that gap slightly. So.
Yep. So I rolled a transfer last week. I'm rolling again. Obviously, this is post my wild card. And then in 33, I'll be looking to make changes to maximise the doubles. How are you feeling after your slightly rushed wild card, Will? What I guess, ultimately, mate, what are you going to do game week 34? Because I looked at your current team, and at the moment, you're due to have 7 guys blanking in this team.
That's not true.
That's true.
It's 4. Oh yeah, no, it is. It is. So 7. Yes, 7 total. 7 total. Yeah, I have four play. I've got 4 players that I need to replace essentially to get a full team out. So I think realistically, what I'm going to get to without taking like a -8. Because I'm going to roll this week, obviously, and then I'm going to roll next week. So I have 2 free transfers. I'll probably take a -4 and play 10
just to get 11 out.
Yeah, no. But I think that I'd need to -8
How's
to get
your
11
maths?
out.
How's my maths? I can't remember. You got 7. You need to get.
I just need 4. I need to replace 4 players to get 11 out, and I'm gonna have 2 free transfers. So I think I'll just try and sneak 10 because I like the fixtures on the other side. So it's not going to be great because. I'm going to be going up a lot of doublers, essentially, or some doublers, but it's not the worst thing in the world. And I've still got my triple captain.
Yes.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, may well be played this week. Next week. But I'm trying to figure out which way. So bench boost 33 or wildcard 33. I'm not, sorry, triple captain 33. And because I've got to remember that there's some doubles coming at the back end of the season. Yes. And at the end of the season, when everything's done and dusted, things change. And like people could get loose. And if I pull out a dirty double on 36 or whatever it is, this could be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
How are you feeling about that, Tom? Is it making your little bumhole pucker?
Not so much, Will. Not so much, mate. I think I'm feeling just fine, mate. I'm feeling just fine. You can try all you want. You can talk triple captains all you want, bro. But I've got this, mate. You're not catching me. I said last week, that's as close as it's gonna get.
I think you're probably right. Like realistically, we've played the game before. We know how it works. But It's tighter than expected. And just thinking, if I had one better week, just goes to show, it's a long season. If you have, right at the beginning of the season, if I had just scored a better captain choice for 1 week, I'd be on top of Tom, breathing down on him, just looking at him.
Will's face was quite scary then, actually.
It was too
looking
much.
down on him, breathing on him. At the time of recording, Will is 28 points behind. Easily catchable, mate. If you focus up, get your eyes down for full house, mate, you can easily make that up. But you've got to think outside the box, my man.
Yes.
Right. Let's talk about assistant manager. So, last week, mate, can I just say, if you went for the table bonus last week, chances are you did very well because managers like Marco Silva, 19 points. Huge. Against Liverpool. Graham Potter got 10 points. Amorim got 10 points. Thomas Frank got 10 points. David Moyes got 9 points. They all upset the table bonus. So there are points to be had this week. Obviously, we've got Newcastle and Crystal Palace doubling. I think it's pretty much a slam dunk as to who you're going for this week because you got Eddie Howe obviously doubling, Newcastle doubling against Man United and Crystal Palace, both at home, both winnable games for Newcastle. But on the other hand, if you want to be punchy, go for the table bonus. You've got Crystal Palace away to Man City, away to Newcastle, both table bonus fixtures. And Crystal Palace this season, they've been stronger away than they have been at home. They're both away games. So if you're feeling ballsy, the rewards might just be worth it. You could be on some serious points. Other table bonuses you could be going for is David Moyes. Moyes is away to Nottingham Forest. You got Thomas Frank away to Arsenal. You've got Kieran McKenna. Ipswich, unfortunately, falling away. It's another good performance, but they lost the 6-pointer against Wolves. And then this week, they're away to Chelsea. Graham Potter, he is away to Liverpool. Well, Liverpool's form could be a shout. Or you've got Amorim away to Newcastle, as I said. Will, what would you do if you had the assistant manager chip this week?
It's a good one. I mean, look, there's definitely points that be had. I think I'd go Crystal Palace. I have a sneaky suspicion that they might do a little job on City. I feel like there's table bonus to be had there. I feel like they could at least get a draw, and even a draw is not bad. That's just not bad.
Totally.
And with the double, I think realistically that's who I'd go for this week, and then next week I'd probably use a transfer to try and target it because it is a powerful chip. We've seen it. Like the people that played it, when we played it, Tom, we were scoring hundreds. And the people like going, how have you done that? And it was because we picked some belting managers at the time. So it's a real powerful chip actually.
And mate, I've been feeling it as well. Like the last couple of weeks, like been performing okay, but I'm not climbing as much as I would usually because of the assistant manager. It's just even if your team's not doing great, your assistant manager is bringing in those extra points, and it's harder to climb at the moment.
I've got in the league that I just mentioned prior, there is a person who's not been doing so well, kind of towards the bottom, and they've just saved all their chips, and they've just been blowing chips like left, right, like just so many. They were like, Jesus, I've just got Wildcard. They've targeted it really well, and they've climbed like from literally the bottom to mid-table in the space of like 3 weeks, and they've still got 2 more. They played their assistant manager this week, and so obviously they've got it for the next 2 weeks over 2 doubles and a squad full of doublers as well. And it's just like they're easily going to get hundreds this week, and it's like when everyone else is scoring averages of like 40, it's like wow, that's a lot.
If there's anyone who hasn't initiated the assistant manager, there might be a lot of non-engaged managers who are wondering when to play it. You got to play it now. You got to play it now. Now is the time.
Yeah, man. Because
you're going to get those double games, which you're not going to get. Obviously, 36. you'll get a couple of doubles, but back-to-back doubles, now's the time. Let's just remind everyone the scores that you can get. So for your managers, you get 6 points for a win, 3 points for a draw. You get a point for every goal scored by a team, 2 points for a clean sheet. But then if your manager is playing against a team 5 places higher in the table, you get a table bonus of an additional 5 points for a draw, an additional 10 points for a win.
Huge.
Yeah, man. So good luck, everyone. But Glasner, I think, is by far and away. If you're feeling lucky, here's your go.
Absolutely. But the only thing that to put in there is obviously once you play that chip, you can't play any other chips. That will take away, if you're thinking about bench boosting or whatever, or playing a triple captain, that has to wait. So
yeah,
remember that.
So yeah, maybe you should have played it a while ago. Actually, to be fair.
Yeah, I think so. What's your thoughts on captain this week then? Because if we're talking like Mo Salah is kind of like non-existent at the moment, and obviously. Like
it's got to be a doubler. It's got to be a doubler, isn't it? So I think it's Isak or Mateta. You could go rogue and go maybe Eze after his good performance at the weekend. But Newcastle, you think, have got the better fixtures. 2 fixtures at home, Man United and Palace, like we said, and Palace, City and Newcastle. So it's tricky. It's a gut call, but for me, I'm gonna be captaining Isak, provided he is fit.
It's got to be, isn't it? I think it's one or the other, Isak or Mateta. I mean, some people might look at Eze and be like, "Oh, yeah, no, he's playing particularly well, in my opinion." They are definitely gluing. Oh, do you know what? I also, sorry, can I just, this is a bit off topic,
well.
But Mateta, right? I'm a big fan, and he looks crazy with that headgear on. But his celebration is, I think, one of my favourite goal celebrations out there, full stop.
Is that the one where he just launches himself? No.
He punches the air and then he kicks the corner flag.
Oh, it's the corner flag every time.
and then the crowd are like, boo! It's so good. I'm just like, get in there. But yeah, most people get a yellow card for that. But he just seems like a nice, lovable guy. And
you don't mess with Mateta?
Nah, man. Nah, he's cool. I like him. I hope he goes to Manchester United. That would be good.
That would be lovely, wouldn't it, for you, mate? He's been getting subbed recently. Obviously, coming just, I don't know, managing his minutes, although it was an ear injury, but giving Eddie Nketiah some minutes. That's not going to be the case next game after he got sent off. Did you see what happened?
I did, yeah.
What an idiot. Such a bad dive. And then getting sent off is just the worst. Getting sent off when you've got a yellow card for diving must feel pretty terrible.
Going in the dressing room.
Glasner was livid.
Yeah, going in the dressing room, you must be like, sorry, lads. I'm just like, head down, yeah. I'll shower on my own this time. But it's just...
I can guarantee you he was sat in the dressing room with his hood up, for sure.
Yeah,
Don't want to look at anyone. Shades 100%. On. It's like when the Formula 1 drivers crash. When they go through like the pits, they just keep the helmet on. The line.
Yeah.
One of you guys.
Just walk in. Keep walking.
Are you going Isak this week, Captain?
I think so. I think realistically, there's no one else for me to.
There's no one else.
No, it's he's the strongest. Again, as we said, fitness will dictate, but either Isak or Mateta.
Hey mate, very quickly. It's the Masters this week. I'm buzzing about the Masters.
My friend Cameron, hello Cameron, if you're watching. He was like,
hi Cam.
He texted me last week and was like, mate, this weekend it's our date, and I was like, what is it? And he went, it's the Masters, and I was like, oh, brilliant! I didn't know that. I thought it was a little while away. He's like, no, let's lock in like virtually, or if you can come around, blah blah. And I was like, excellent. And then he texted me later going, like, sorry mate, my mistake. It's next weekend. I was like, oh, cheers man. Got all prepared and ready. But yeah, I love the Masters, mate. I love it.
I know. I'm a bit gutted. I'm going to be on set Thursday, Friday. Yeah. I'm going to miss 2 days. And then what am I doing at the weekend? Hopefully I can catch some of it. Good. But it's so great to watch, man. It's
strangely so, like, it's just so entertaining, like, just have on in the background as well. Like, and I get pretty much most of my work done of a year when the Masters is on, because I could just, because I have that strange thing where I have to have, like, whilst I'm working, I have to have something else on at the same time. I think that's the ADHD stuff. But it's great, and that is perfect. Just ambience.
Can't wait. We should talk about the mini league, Will.
Right, mini league. Who's top of the pops?
Have you got it there? Can you tell us, Will?
I'll tell you who's top of the pops. Back of the netto, Glenn Judkins. Still,
he's been solid, isn't he? He's been solid. He's putting in a real shift back end of the season.
Again, look, he's on 2,132 points. That's a lot, right? For any leagues that you're going to talk about, he is 5,000 overall rank, 5,206 in the whole FPL. That's still winnable, mate. That's winnable. He scored 33 points this week, and he's still got Livramento, Murphy, and Isak to play.
Captain Isak, or no?
Captain Isak. So yeah, same team as pretty much same team as yours. Apart from he's still got Palmer. Oh, and Foden. But yeah, Foden. Everyone else is pretty much the same. Yeah, Foden and Palmer. Bold from you, mate.
Yikes.
Bold.
Yikes, Glenn.
Yeah. and Ismail Assar on the bench, Concert, and Gabriel, who is injured for the rest of the season. So he's got some work to do.
He does have a bit of work to do. But hey, in Glenn we trust. You can,
in Glenn we trust. I'm wondering if he's got any chips. I'm going to flick back through. He played his wild card last week and scored 54 points.
He played his wild card last week. He must have been livid when Gabriel got injured.
Absolutely, I'd imagine so. But he did all right. But he captained Mamu, so yeah, 54 points. He did the right thing.
He will have gone, obviously, Foden getting set for the doubles. But yeah,
absolutely. But he's doing very well. But on his heels is Team. It's a new one that we've not had. Team PEF League.
No, they've been on him for ages. Because I remember saying he's had a whole league on his heels in second place.
Oh, that was it. Yeah,
they've been second for a while as well. The PEF League.
Yeah, the South African League, and 2000.
There is a big old following from South Africa on FPL. Huge
great.
Following.
I love South Africa. 2,101 points. Overall rank 18,000. Scored 30 this week. He's still got.
So what's the points difference top to first to second?
First to second, it's 100. It's 31 points.
Oh, all to play for. Good luck, everyone.
But the team PEF, they've got Jacob Murphy, they've got Isak to play, and Pope to play. But they captained Mohamed Salah, and
they've going to be licking his lips.
And Vardiol on the bench for the 9 points clean sheet. So that's not coming on for no one. So yeah, unlucky.
Okay. Lucky. Right. Well done, everyone. Good luck. It's business time, guys. It is time for Footballer 20 questions. Let's play our jingle. Gonna play our jingle.
Oh, yeah.
I love our new little jingle for this.
Hello.
What happened last week? Oh, I remember Phil let us down massively last week by giving you Sol Campbell.
Smashed
which was
it.
An absolute doddle.
Smashed it in about 3 minutes. Genuinely, it was like 3 minutes.
Usually we cut this down because it takes a while because we have to think about it, but not so much on the last one.
Phil. There was no thinking necessary. He texts me
going, oh, I kind of immediately regretted that. I was like listening to it.
Do you know what? I tell you what, hang on, let me get his message up, because shall we go with should we give him a chance to redeem himself? And I'll go with
by giving me a hard one.
No, he gave me one. And let's because he's big he's part of the show. He's part of the show, and I feel like we give him a chance to redeem himself. Okay.
All right, sure. So what are we classing as a redemption?
Well, if it's a good one,
me a hard one,
fine. You can be the judge.
Have at it. I'm ready.
Okay, let me just get this.
Are you ready, Will?
I'm just going to get this young man's Wikipedia page up, and I am so ready. Okay,
let's do this.
Okay. This is where you ask a question, mate.
Oh yeah. I was getting my tally chart ready.
Oh, right, yeah, so I forgot you do that.
Well, no, because I was literally waiting for you to ask questions.
Oh,
That's
right.
not how this game works. Okay, fine.
I think this could be a tricky one, mate.
That's throwing me off. Okay.
It's a great start.
Is this player known for playing for one team in particular?
I mean, looking at his appearances, we'll go by appearances on Wikipedia. Yes.
Okay. It was more of a kind of like, if I say this player to you, do you just think of a team?
No. I think
Great.
of a few teams.
Okay.
This is a good one.
Okay, great.
I think Phil's done it. I think he's done it. I think he's got you this one.
Right. Has this player played in the Premier League in the last 10 years?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Has this player played for one of the big 6 teams? Stop calling them the top 6 because they're never the top 6. But the big 6 in Tottenham, Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester United and Manchester City.
He has, yes.
He has played
for
one of the big 6. Okay. Has he played for one of the big 6 the most amount of time? The team that he's played for in the big 6, is that who he's represented the most?
No.
Okay, fine. Has the team that he's represented the most... is the team that he's represented the most still in the Premier League?
No.
That's 5, by the way, so far. 5. This is my 6th question. Okay, is this player European?
Yep.
Is he British?
Yes.
Has he played for a London team?
Yes.
Has he played for more than one London team?
Yes. This is tricky, Phil. This is a stinker, actually.
Is he a midfielder?
Let me double check. Yes, yeah, he is.
Is he also a manager?
Let me really check this, but I don't believe so. No, I can tell you. I can give you a clue. He was
No.
He was born on the 14th of a month.
It's good. Okay.
That narrows it down.
Has he represented England?
Not as in his senior years.
So I said, just checking what I've got written down.
Yeah.
Here. I said that the team that he's played for the most has been relegated. Did I say that right?
Yeah, the team he's got the most appearances for in his career is not currently in the Premier League.
Has this player played for Arsenal or Chelsea?
Yes.
Chelsea is the worst.
Chelsea is.
Everyone's played for Chelsea. Everyone's had a contract with Chelsea at some stage.
Philip, you are mean with this one, actually.
I've got a couple. Okay,
Let's hear some thoughts. Thomas. What are you thinking?
So what I'm thinking, so just to clarify, right? He's played for a few teams in the Premier League. He has played for a Big 6 team. The most appearances weren't for the Big 6 team; was for a relegated team. He is English because we'll let slip that he's represented England for youth team, not senior team. He's played for a London team. He's played for more than one London team. I need to remember that. He's a midfielder, not a manager. Played for Arsenal or Chelsea. More than one London team. Off the top of my head, I don't know why, I just keep thinking Steve Sidwell. Because he would have played for teams such as Reading. I thought it was another team. And he's played for Chelsea. Played for a few teams.
When did he play for Chelsea?
After he left Reading. Don't be throwing shit like that out, William. So, more than one London team. I was originally thinking like Scott Parker. That was why, because he played for Fulham and Chelsea, but he's not our manager.
Oh yeah.
You got like Danny Drinkwater. I'm thinking it's someone like that. Okay, let's narrow this down. Did he play for Chelsea?
Yes.
Okay, so it is Chelsea. Has he played for another top 6 team?
It's a complicated...
Big 6 team. As he's either represented them or he hasn't. If it's a loan, that counts. If he was...
What about if he didn't
spent time
play
at that club?
Yes. That's the answer.
Right. That's 15. Tricky. Is the team that got relegated that he represented the most a London team?
No. How many questions you got left? 4. 4 and a guess.
Yeah. Okay, not London.
Is he going to do it? Is he going to pull it out the bag? It's not feeling great, but
it's tricky, isn't it?
Still do it.
It's tricky.
Could still do it. What are you typing? Stop cheating.
I'm not. I'm just reminding me. I can't think of who's even in the Premier League at the moment from London. The hamster's running particularly slowly.
Yeah, get the league up. Who's in the Premier League?
Okay. How can I know? The other team that he was at in the top 6, although probably didn't play for, was it Liverpool, Man United?
No.
Balls. Okay, I'm going to throw some teams at you, Will.
Okay.
Has this player played for Burnley, Leeds, or Stoke?
Has this player played for Burnley, Leeds, or Stoke? Yes, they have.
Yes, they have. Okay, that's 18. So we've got 2 more. Burnley, Leeds, or Stoke.
Okay. Go on, Thomas. You can do this.
Did this guy play for Burnley?
No.
Bollocks. Not Burnley. That means it's not Danny Drinkwater, which means I've got no idea who he is. I've got one more guess. Burnley.
I mean, this has definitely not been 3 minutes.
Definitely not. No, he's done well. You could say he's redeemed himself.
You could say it. Yeah, you could say.
Okay, sorry, Will.
No,
sorry,
you're all right.
This is tricky.
You're all right. You're doing well.
Oh.
I feel like you could still sneak it in there.
Did this guy actually play a decent amount of games for Chelsea?
What would you say is decent?
Let's say over 40.
No.
Over 40 appearances? No. Great. Fantastic.
Got him. What is your guess? That's all your questions now, Thomas.
That's all my questions.
Yeah.
That is all my questions.
Just sitting there thinking.
I can get it. I can get it. It's just not the best use of my day. Oh, it's a toughie. I'm just gonna have a stab in the dark. I don't even know who to have a stab in the dark at. Think of anyone. I can't connect Leeds, Stoke, and Chelsea together really. I give up. Lee Bowyer.
Lee Bowyer.
No, it's not.
It's not Lee Bowyer. Okay.
Hit me.
Born in Wandsworth, first and foremost. Started his career as an Arsenal youth team. Progressed to the Arsenal senior team, but didn't play a single game for them. Was loaned out to Brentford and a few other teams, Brighton and Hove. He had 2 spells at Brighton and Hove, then played most of his football at Reading, 168 performances. Then moved to Chelsea, 15 appearances, Aston Villa for 45, Fulham for 92, and Stoke for 13. Then back to Brighton.
No, I said it ages ago. No. I said, why did I go off
Stephen James Sidwell, born on the 14th of December 1982.
I said it ages ago and then ruled him out. What is going on?
Philippe Philop has done it again. He's had Thomas. That's gonna stay with Tom throughout the week, without doubt. Didn't play for England, played for the youth team, for the under-21s and under-20s.
Oh, just end this. Just end this, mate. I said it ages ago. What happened? I want to watch like an action replay
Because
of how
I'll tell you what.
I was on Steve Sedwell and then I ruled him out and moved on.
Because I went. Did he play for Chelsea? And then you went. You can't say that. And I was like, I just.
Mate. All right, this is bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Let's wrap this up. You haven't heard the word, like, oh mate. I had it. That was on like question 11.
You had it, and it was a good one.
Bullshit.
I must admit.
This is you, Will. You're right. It was you saying that, all innocent, throwing me off, and I was just like, oh, he's let that slip. It's obviously not Steve Sidwell.
I had to. If you say the player, of course I'm gonna have to. I can't. I'm like, I'm terrible.
You don't, of course, say anything. You just say yes or no. That is it.
I genuinely don't remember him playing for Chelsea ever, and I like. So...
I did. I said so.
Oh, unlucky Thomas. Steve Sidwell.
Fine. All right. Cheers, guys. You can follow us at Tom and Will FPL. Get in touch. Let us know what you thought about the show. Hope you enjoyed it. Good luck in game week 32, everyone. Don't forget the deadline is it's on Saturday.
He can't get out. He can't get out of this one. There's going to be messages going backwards and forwards about this one. Well done, Tom. Unlucky. Well done, Phil.
Don't forget to subscribe, guys. That is a wrap. Hit the music. Ridiculous. Oh, you bastard.